They keep telling you the economy is fine, that retirement is a math problem, and that if you just keep saving, everything will work out. But here's the truth almost nobody wants to say out loud. You're living through a silent recession, and it's hitting your retirement harder than any market crash. Not in your portfolio, not in your 401k, but in the gap between what things cost now and what your future income will actually buy. And the worst part, most people won't realize the damage until the day they try to retire and discover the numbers don't add up. Today, I'll show you exactly why millions of Americans are heading toward a retirement crisis they don't see coming, what's quietly draining your future wealth, and how to protect yourself before it's too late. Hi, my name is John, and I'm an ex-banker who turned a YouTuber. I've seen the inside of the system, how retirement projections are built, how funds actually perform, and how the "don't worry, keep investing" advice ignores the single biggest threat to your future. And trust me, if you're between 25 and 50, this message matters more to you than anyone else. Let's get into it. The lie starts with a simple premise. You've heard it your whole life. If you invest consistently, compound interest will take care of you. But here's the part they forget to mention. Compound interest doesn't work if the world around you compounds faster. And for the last decade, that's exactly what's been happening. Your salary grows 2 to 4% a year. Your retirement account grows 5 to 7% a year. But the cost of housing, healthcare, education, food, insurance is growing 2 to 3 times faster. That gap, the one no one warns you about, is the silent recession. You don't feel it month to month. You feel it 20 years later when your $1 million retirement buys the lifestyle of a $400,000 one. Let me give you the banker's perspective, Hune. I worked in banking. We ran retirement scenarios for clients all the time. On paper, everything looked perfect. Invest X amount, retire at 65, withdraw 4% a year. You're good, but what people didn't know was this. Every projection assumed a future cost of living that was way too low. Not because we were trying to trick anyone, but because the models were built on old data. And when I'd run realistic inflation scenarios, people's retirement budgets collapsed instantly. $1 million lasted 14 years, then 10, then 7, just by adjusting one number. This is the hidden danger. You think you're saving enough, but the target is moving faster than you are. Case study. The couple who did everything right, a couple in their early 40s, came and both had good jobs. Maxed their 401ks, no major debt, textbook perfect. Their retirement account, a combined $450,000. The retirement plan said, "You're on track." But when I ran numbers using the actual inflation rate of the expenses they cared about, housing, medical, lifestyle, their comfortable retirement wasn't 25 years long. It was 8 years. Not because they failed, not because they spent irresponsibly, but because the system assumes the world stays cheap while your life gets more expensive. That's the silent recession. The 3 hidden forces draining your future wealth. 1. Lifestyle. Inflation you don't feel until it's too late. This isn't buying luxury items. This is your basic lifestyle rising in cost. Groceries that used to be $70 are now $140. Property taxes creep up every year. Health insurance premiums jump 8 to 12% annually. All invisible, until they pile up too. Market returns are no longer matching real inflation. Sure, your 401k might show 8 returns, but if your real cost of living rises 10, 12, that number is lying to you. Your future dollars are growing, but your future expenses are sprinting. 3. The retirement rulebook is based 1980s, the 4% rule. Outdated. Social Security timing, unreliable. Work 40 years, retire at 65. It's a fantasy for most Americans now. The old system was built for lower inflation, long-term job security, affordable housing, predictable healthcare costs. None of that exists today. The shocking insight: nobody tells you you're not saving for retirement. You're saving for inflation and survival. Your real enemy isn't the market. It's the erosion of purchasing power. Think about it. Your retirement doesn't fail because stocks go down for a year. It fails because everything else goes up for 20 years. That's the silent recession. Let's break down the real problem here. The formula financial advisors won't say out loud. If your personal inflation, your investment growth, You're getting poor even when your account balance rises. That's why so many Americans feel like they make more, yet afford less. It's not in your head. You're not mismanaging money. The system's math simply doesn't work anymore. So what do you actually do? You don't fix this by saving harder. You fix it by changing the game you're playing. Here's the tactical playbook from inside the banking world, but simplified. 1. Build a retirement based on expenses. Not balance. Most people set a retirement number. Bad idea. Instead, build your plan backward. What does your future lifestyle cost? Not the fantasy, the real version. Then ask, how do I generate that amount passively? Retirement is not a number. Retirement is a cash flow target. 2. You need assets that outrun inflation, not match others. What consistently beats inflation over 15 to 20 years? Income-producing real estate, broad equity index funds, cash-flowing small businesses. Skills that let you increase income every 2-3 years here. 401k alone won't save you. You need multiple engines growing faster than your cost of living. 3. Your 40s are the make or break decade if you're between 35 and 50. This is the psychological trap. You're earning more, but your expenses quietly scale with you. This is where people lose their future without noticing. Your greatest advantage isn't income. It's the gap between income and lifestyle. Widen that gap, and your retirement accelerates. Shrink it, and the silent recession wins. 4. Audit your inflation exposure. This is something wealthier clients do, and regular people should too. Break your spending into categories and ask, which of these is inflating the fastest? Housing, healthcare, private schooling, insurance? Then restructure your life to reduce exposure now, not later. Wealth is not about maximizing return. It's about minimizing the things that erode it. 5. Focus on earn more, not just save more. The biggest financial myth is that saving is the main lever. It isn't. Income is every new skill you build, every promotion you negotiate, every side income you stack is your defense against the silent recession. You can't save your way out. You must out-earn the erosion. Let's wrap this with the big truth. Most people aren't heading toward a retirement crisis because they're irresponsible. They're heading there because nobody told them the rules have changed. Your retirement doesn't fail the day you quit working. It fails silently, slowly, invisibly inside the gap between rising costs and outdated advice. But you don't have to be one of the victims if you can understand the silent recession, if you can see how inflation quietly steals future comfort, and if you can shift from, I hope it works out, to I'm building cash flow that outruns the system, then you're already ahead of 90% of people your age. Because retirement isn't something you save for. It's something you build deliberately, aggressively, and with eyes open.